Hey guys, I'm back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I forgot to talk about Clara. Clara has been frustrating me all season so far. So I thought it was important that I actually come back and discuss her. It's a lot. Like last video, we were talking about trauma. I did go out and see some patients. So I had to change. I changed my clothes, but I didn't feel like changing back. So this is what you have. My scripts. But we were talking about trauma and healing and the different couples and individuals on Married at First Sight who were not ready for marriage, let alone a relationship, because of all the trauma and, not going through the proper channel of healing. So Clara, all right, Clara, her thing is she dated a lot. She dated all types of people. She says she loves every color of the rainbow, right? So she's dated a lot. She talks about how she easily falls in love. Like she said, I love you a million times. It's easy for her. She needs that. She needs it. She desires it. And then the other thing she was talking about is that she needs to have sex in order to get the butterflies. And I thought that was really weird, but I know and I've seen on social media that a lot of people feel that way. Do I think that's normal? No, I don't. I think that it should be the other way around. The other way around is healthier. And then she talks about how when she does have sex, there's really no emotions attached to it, and she doesn't place it on a high pedestal. And then again, you know, that's unhealthy. I mean, to not place sex on a high pedestal and saying that there is no emotions attached just leads me to believe that she's having sex with people who maybe don't have feelings for her or have emotions for her, but she may have feelings and emotions for them, but she tries to mask it and pretend that she doesn't and that it's just sex. Because I know she mentioned she was in a relationship where, her and the guy only had sex like once a year or whatever she was talking about, and that was kind of odd to me. So I don't know if that was some type of mental abuse or what was going on, but it's apparent that Clara has gone through some, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy hookups, and what so she's definitely dealing with that. And then the other thing is she was in the therapy session with Dr. Viviana, and they were talking about this topic. And she went on to say how, she was talking about the sex and stuff and how the emotions, what we were talking about, that she didn't have any. And Dr. Viviana asked her a question, and she just got like really teary eyed. And that just goes to show that she is dealing with something, because it's just not normal to feel that way about sex, to feel that, to be so easily in love with everyone, when everyone doesn't even deserve your love. But I feel like she may be confusing love with she may be confusing love with lust. She's lusting after these people. It's not really truly deeply love. And I think that she can learn a lot from Ryan if he is really focused on getting to the deeper connection, understanding of his spouse. She can really learn a lot, and it's probably what she needs. But it seems as though that's his goal, and that's the vision he has for their relationship. But he seems to be getting some other sexual activities from her, and she's giving it, and then she's complaining about it, and which is odd, because the first time something like that happened and it wasn't reciprocated, it wouldn't be happening again. Like, he wouldn't be getting that again, but she kept doing it every night and then complaining about it and just getting, frustrated. And I had made a joke on social media that, when they were waiting for the helicopter ride, that she was just antsy, and her, it just like she was jerking. And I was like, oh man, she's going through sexual withdrawals. Because, that's just how she looks. She looks sad in her eyes, frustrated. And it's just sad that she craves this love so much from someone else, when she should just be focused on loving herself, because it wouldn't be so important. She needs to look at Ryan's actions, what he's doing. He's moving you into his home. So looking at stuff like that, and he's doing things that are of love, because what is love? Love is an action word. And he's doing all these different things. She needs to pay attention to that, because he hasn't used the word, but doesn't mean that he hasn't acted on it just because it hasn't come out his mouth. So she needs to pay attention to that, and she shouldn't just be so fixated on it, because that is taken away from different things that they could be talking about. But instead, the only thing that gets her excited and wants to join in the conversation is when someone brings up love and someone brings up sex. And I think in every situation, it puts Ryan, obviously, in an uncomfortable situation. And I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's a virgin or what. But if he hasn't said I love you to somebody, it makes me think he is a virgin. But then again, I know a lot of guys growing up who did everything else but didn't do the sex because they were in a strict household, which it seems to he was. And they were religious, and they had parents that were like on them about not having sex, and they actually were fearful to have sex. So I don't know if that is the case with him, why he's so open to do everything else but not have sex. Or is it just that he doesn't see those other things as sex? Because a lot of people feel like that too. But either way, if his goal and agenda is to learn her deeper and learn each other deeper, he should take everything off the table. That's my opinion. And then she won't be confused. She'll probably still be frustrated, but she won't be confused as to what is happening or what the goal or the vision is. So that's the problem. The other thing is she just needs to slow down and let Ryan lead. And hopefully he continues or tries to lead more effectively so that there isn't any confusion. But all in all, as far as trauma and healing, Clara, you can tell, like, from everything and the crying and different things, that she wasn't a whole person walking into a marriage. So, like, once again, this is another individual who shouldn't have been on this show, who shouldn't have been in a marriage, to bring on the weight of their issues onto someone else. As you can see, Ryan is very conservative, and she's very vocal about her sexual history and feelings and stuff, and that's fine. But it's just two different worlds. And then he may be thinking about what his family thinks, because that is something that's growing up when you have religious or parents that are in the church and have a relationship with God. They hold you accountable, and you do think about them when you're making decisions and when you're doing different things. So he may be thinking about his parents and like, what would they think or what would they say? I need to slow down. And he did mention that he didn't want her to talk about it, but it looks like every chance she gets, and he's not around, she is voicing herself and talking about it, which I'm not sure he's aware of, in the sense of her saying that they are doing everything else, because she doesn't mention it when she's sitting next to him. Yeah, we're doing everything else, So definitely I feel like that may be what it is, as far as hiding that, but that not really going all the way. So he makes his conscience feel better as far as what he's doing, because it's not actual penetration, but it's still not right, and it's twisted, and that just has a lot to do with him and his own identity and what he wants to do with his life. So basically he needs to focus on what his vision is for his family, which is him and her at this point, and not worry about his parents, and understand what his morals and beliefs are, and are they really what the same as his parents. And if they are, he needs to stick to them, and and he needs to follow through what he says he's doing. So that's the thing. That's all I wanted to talk about. It was mostly about Clara, but I talked about Ryan because they are supposed to be one. And so yeah, so basically it once again, it's just a lot of healing that has not been done. And as far as my personal truth, when it comes to Clara, I did date a lot, and I did fall in love easily in the past. That was one thing that I did do. I fell in love easily, but soon I realized that it wasn't love. it wasn't, you know, until I met my husband that I'm with now. Like, it was not love at all. And, you know, just rushing from one thing to the next, as I mentioned in my last video, it wasn't love. And it's dysfunctional, and it only pacifiers, you know, whatever you need to have healed. And then eventually, you know, people who go through trauma, people who go through different things, they end up having post-traumatic stress disorder, and you don't even know it. And then something can happen and could just trigger it. So that's why people see certain things and they say that's triggering, because they haven't dealt with it. And even when you do deal with it, you still can get triggered. And, you know, it's just a matter of how you handle it when you are triggered, and what you do or what your response is. So that's my truth. So that's all I had to say about Clara. This is Rachel's Truth. So you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Like the video, comment, share it on your social media. We want to get more subscribers so we can have a dialogue in the comment section. And, you know, and just get this information out there. Like, a lot of people don't see, you know, don't discuss trauma and healing a lot or enough. So it's very important. And right now we're just using Married at First Sight. But there's other things that I want to watch. I wanted to watch the movie Tina and review that. I think it's a documentary though. But all in all, it is definitely something to discuss, something to talk about, you know, and just good material. All right, guys. Well, it was nice talking with you. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you soon.